Hello, hope you're having a great day. Now today is Monday and usually these videos are released the day after I film them. But yesterday on Sunday I didn't actually pick up the camera. I woke up at 7:30 as planned and sort of got going quite quickly with my morning routine. I went through the usual stages of my morning routine, things like going for a walk around the block, writing in my journal, meditating. And then after I finished meditating, I was literally sitting there for ages just trying to think whether I was going to do a workout or not. My body was absolutely ruined. I'm still feeling really achy today. Yeah, I was just sort of like toing and froing between, should I have a workout and ignore my pain in my body, or should I have a rest from working out? I know that having a day off of my fitness and stuff really affects me negatively. I can feel today that I'm not in the zone, like just after having one day off yesterday. But then on the other hand, I seem to be constantly getting in more and more and more and more pain. And injury's a risk, right? If I injure myself, then yeah, I'm going to be really messed up. Anyway, after sitting here for ages and ages, I decided I wasn't going to have a workout yesterday. And yeah, me and my beautiful girlfriend Kat just had our breakfast, and then we started, cracking on with the rest of our day. Now, I needed to edit the video that would have been released on Sunday before we could leave the house and do everything I needed to do. So I did that, and then we basically went round to my other garage together, and yeah, Kat was helping me with a couple of jobs on the car that required a second person, and we were sort of trying to have a bit of a tidy up around the garages, and yeah, just a shuffle about. And we was going to her parents for dinner, like we do most Sundays nowadays, and it's kind of near-ish the garage, so it made sense for us to go around to the garage, do what I needed to, and then head to her parents afterwards. And it just got to 3 p.m. and I just felt like I hadn't achieved what I wanted to around there. And then that was making me feel like really negative, and then I just sort of like rushed through and got done what I wanted to get done. Not quite everything, but just sort of made it so that we had actually achieved something while we were around there. And then inevitably we got to Kat's parents late, and I just sort of overheard Kat's parents, or her mum. I didn't hear what her mum said, but I heard Kat's response, like sort of apologising for being late or whatever, justifying it, and I knew that it was my fault, so that makes me feel bad straight away. Now, I needed to get changed because I took some clothes with me to the garage because we were so late. We just went to Kat's parents, and then I got changed upstairs in Kat's parents' house. And then, me being me, I come back down and made a joke that, I told Kat that we needed to leave, but she wanted to stay and work on the car, and that's why we were late, just sort of making a joke out of apologising for being late, being sarcastic, and ultimately saying that it was my fault. But when you sort of drag your girlfriend round to your garage to mess around with your car on a Sunday, it's not good, is it? And then the least you can do is sort of be done early enough so that when we go to her parents, she's not put in that position. And she was put in that position. It made me feel bad. All the jokes aside, it made me feel bad. But we wasn't made to feel uncomfortable or anything by our parents, not at all. Had some great food, chilled out for a bit. I ended up having a nap on their sofa like I normally do for half an hour, and then eventually we came home. And then just on the way home we was just chatting, me and Kat, and she wasn't having a dig at me or anything, but she said something along the lines of, I wish everything was 50-50, because I don't want to tell everyone my business, but like the house we live in, it's not mine. Kat's got a mortgage. I pay my way. Like, we've got an arrangement where I pay for all the food and I pay towards like council tax and that sort of thing. So, I pay my way, but is everything 50-50? No, it's not. Like, she's had to buy this house. I'm not interested in buying property, to be honest, but, it still doesn't really make me feel like a man, does it? Like if basically my girlfriend's going to work every day and, things aren't 50-50, a real man should be paying for everything, in my eyes, and I'm well short of that. Realistically, I'm not even paying as much as she is, or I don't have any stake in this place. It's not mine, but, I'm still in a very sort of fortunate position where my girlfriend is so supportive and willing to sort of live how we're living. But, you know, maybe deep down she does resent me a bit for it not being 50-50, for her not being with someone who is willing to, you know, purchase property with her or whatever, you know. And yeah, it just kind of puts things into perspective, you know. When I've had a day where I haven't worked out, and I know that mentally, you know, for my mental health, working out every day is kind of like necessary, you know. And then the whole sort of me making Kat be round the garage on her Sunday, and then me making us be late for dinner to her parents' place, and then hearing Kat say that. And yeah, I want to make it clear, like, it wasn't a dig at all. We were just chatting. Like, she didn't mean it as a dig at all. Like, but yeah, it just makes you think, and it just puts things into perspective. And you know, I've woken up this morning. I've been really slow to go through my morning routine and whatnot. And you know, I'm gonna start another video following me on my day to day. I know I need to like get back on my fitness and all that, but yeah, it's just not making me feel very good. It's opening up all these thoughts again of why I should just sell everything. I'll just sell everything and give Kat the money. Like, it's opening up thoughts of me where I should just move out. I should just go now. I should just leave now. Like, let Kat come home and I'm not here, you know. And it's opening up thoughts again of, you know, my mind is like fantasizing about me going around to my garage now and just hanging myself. Like it's, you know, I grind every day, and you know, I push myself every day, and I'm trying to, you know, ignore the urges to just go and be a waste man and get high and get wasted, because that's what I truly want to do. You know what I mean? I want to escape from this world. Like, I don't want to be living this clean life. Like, deep down, I just want to get wasted every day. I just want to get wasted every day, and then one day, yeah, I'll get so wasted that I won't wake up again. Like, but I'm not. You know, I'm living this life where I'm, you know, trying to push myself, and you know, it is good for me. Like, it is good for me. It's not like it's not. It is good for me, pushing myself every day with my fitness and going boxing and going gym and whatnot. You know, I am turning into a stronger human being, but when it's at the expense of my girlfriend's life, maybe I would be better off just selling everything, go and get a job, and then just go and get wasted every evening in the pub like normal people do. I don't know. Now, I know that everything I've just said, you know, I can sort of wind myself up and go down the road, you know, sounding negative. I know that, thankfully, I know that I won't go down either of, you know, those paths I've just mentioned. Like, I will pick myself back up and I will keep going. Like, and I'm grateful that I've got the ability to do that. But I'm never going to be immune from these sort of spells. And, you know, it's not about ignoring them. You know, there is a message there. There is a truth there. You know, I do need to step up more. I need to, you know, whether it be through business, whether it be through selling up and just going to get a job or whatever, I need to step up more. I need to, you know, raise my game, move to that next level. You know, it's not acceptable anymore just being this guy that's not taking drugs anymore. Like, you know, even if I am, you know, working out every day and you know, making these videos every day and whatnot, you know, that's not enough. I need to step up, you know, financially, I think, in, you know, in other areas of my life, you know, become more of a man in other areas, not just not being a waste man and, you know, turning myself into a stronger human being. Like, there has to be a distinct step up in sort of other realms of life. And, you know, it's that realization that means that, you know, this sort of, I don't want to call it depressive spell. It's not. It's, you know, depression's something that occurs if you sort of dwell in that down sort of, you know, those down emotions. You know, and I'm not going to do that. I am going to pick myself back up today and crack back on. As you'll see in tomorrow's video, because I will be starting to film another video once I finish this one to release today. But yeah, it's just mad how, you know, I can be sort of winning. You know, it's now been over 3 weeks that I'm able to get up at 7:30 every morning. Like, and even that, it's like pathetic, isn't it? Like, how that's such a big deal. But for me, it is a big deal. You know, I'm glad that I am now well over a year clean from drinking drugs. I'm glad that I am now able to get up every morning and crack on with what I need to do. But I think, the last 24 hours, you could say, has been a realization that I need to not rest in this current state of mine. It's not enough. Yep, it's better than things have been, but it's not enough. And I need to seriously, step things up. Whatever that means, I don't know, but I need to be willing to find out what that means, and willing to do whatever it takes to make whatever that means a reality. So, but yeah, this morning it has taken me a while to get through my daily routine, just because my mind is sort of, relaying all these negative things over and over and over that I've sort of mentioned in this video. And yeah, it's time for me to get cracking with today, because I am determined to pick myself up and, put this sort of negative day or 24 hours behind me. There's a lot to sort of take from it that's positive. Even when I was around the garage yesterday and I felt like I hadn't achieved anything, once I'd sort of talked it through with Kat on the way to her parents, I realised that we had achieved stuff. It's just my mind making things seem worse than they are. And even now, sitting here, I'm able to see that, everything that I mentioned in this video, it's just from me saying it and, going down that road of negativity that it sort of all seems really overwhelming and bad. But, and it's good to talk about bad stuff. But, ultimately, I'm grateful that I am the kind of person that can, think or say things, talk things out or think things out that are negative, and then pick myself back up. Because I know that although I mentioned in this video that, being in, my fitness and all this and staying clean, isn't enough. I do know that focusing on my fitness and staying clean is the answer to pick myself up from these sort of down spells. It's just that my life in general, needs to step up, as well as continuing to focus on my mental and physical fitness. So, yeah, that's basically my day yesterday, and how, having a rest day, all right, it's probably done my body some good, but, maybe having that break away from my fitness and stuff, maybe that was what allowed the negativity to come in. Or maybe not. Who knows, and maybe the fact that I've been going so hard, the fact that I'm, a little bit injured, a little bit achy, and the fact that I then didn't get my endorphins or whatever from my fitness, and I didn't have my cold shower yesterday either. Maybe that has all sort of accumulated to where I've sort of ended up in a slightly negative space mentally. But, maybe it's that sort of mind state that gave me the opportunity to take what Kat said about us not being 50-50, which she didn't mean as a dig at all. Maybe it's taken that mind state for me to take that in a way that is going to help me propel to a space where I am being more of a man in that side of things. I don't know. I don't know. No, for years and years, I used to sort of see life and, the cost of living and stuff. I used to see it as being a bit of a mug, really, going to work, all week. And then, some people can barely afford just to live, let alone do fun things like I used to, like going out partying and doing whatever. And, I used to think it was really unfair, that you had to spend a large chunk of your wages on stuff that isn't fun, right? That's how I used to see things. Nowadays, I have less money burning a hole in my pocket because I don't have this easy overpaid job to go to that I used to go to. And that suits me more. Don't get me wrong. I don't want money burning a hole in my pocket. Don't want my mind telling me to use that money to go and do things I shouldn't do. But yeah, it's mad how now I don't really see it like that. Like that you should have a massive percentage of the money you earn just for fun. I wouldn't care if somehow my business ventures got to the point where, Kat didn't have to work. I wouldn't care if I if I was in a position to pay for everything and had no money left for fun, like, it doesn't bother me. Like, my sort of hobby and my fun now is business. So, I live a life where I don't have any spare cash. Everything is a business expense. Like, and it's good. Look, my life is, like that. Like, it's fine. But when, all of my money is going on business expenses, which are essentially me funding my hobby, because my hobby is what my business is based around. And then, my girlfriend is having to sort of get a mortgage for a house on her own. Is that really being a proper man? Probably not. So look, I feel if I don't stop talking now, I'm going to keep waffling on and on and on in this video, and it means I'm going to delay the start of today, which you'll see in tomorrow's video, even more than I already have, because I really have been delayed in getting started today. So that's it for this video, but I'll be back for another one tomorrow, hopefully in a bit more of a positive spirit. And yeah, the journey continues. Massive thanks for watching.